Ordinary people doing extraordinary things right here on the Jarrell Hartnett Show.
I'd like to welcome my first guest to the show. I've known her since the 5th grade, and she's just been an extraordinary person in my life since then. Let's welcome my first guest, Miss Pamela Smith. Thank you so very much for coming to the show today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be one of the first guests. How exciting. Let's give it up for Jarrell.
Let's go ahead and get into it. For the longest time while you were with KATV, you were the only African-American woman working there. Mm-hmm. How was it during that era?
And I listened to you referring to it as an era, like I'm a dinosaur. That is just too funny.
During that time?
Well, during that period, and it wasn't that long ago. But it was a huge challenge being the sole African-American on television because there were a lot of expectations resting on my shoulders in terms of how I represented. And I felt a huge responsibility to make sure that I always told the stories of people of color, particularly African Americans, in the most positive light that I could. Right. And one of the interesting things about being the sole African American, people, they had a lot of expectations in terms of how you looked, what your hair was like, what kind of clothes you wore, and believe it or not, a lot of people wrote into the station. And so there were a lot of things that happened behind the scenes, but you had to try to soldier on and be strong and be the best representative that you could be.
And that's something that you did for 21 years very well, so let's give her a round of applause for that. And we'll be right back with Pam after these messages.